Welcome to what many call the original Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, where the crowd is rocking in anticipation of the showdown we have in store. A couple of teams trying to stake their claim to being among the best in the country in this top 25 showdown we have in store. As we'll see the number 21 team in the country, the Wisconsin Badgers, taking on the 14th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. First down for this offense. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one.
Back to throw, it's Knight. He makes the connection. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Quick strike complete. At the 40, there he goes. Bringing the heat. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. Looking for space. It's Thomas. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's back to throw on 2nd down. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Up until this point on the drive, the offense had really had the defense's number, but now an opportunity to get off the field with a stop.
Yeah, that's the great thing about defense. You can give up yards. You're worried about points, but you got to find those situations where I can create negative plays, and they do a great job here forcing the negative plays. Now I'm in the advantage. I got them behind the sticks, behind the 8 ball.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Makes the grab. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And the first points of the day come on that field goal. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They go to the ground. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. Finds his target down the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
Yeah, and that was tough on the DB, right? He's trying to cover the receiver on a drag route, running back over the middle of the field. You're trying to avoid all the linebackers, all the congestion. He just couldn't stay with them long enough, and as a result, fresh set of downs for the offense.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. On the move. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
And that's a nice stop by this defense. Nice job stopping the run, setting up 4th and inches. Listen, this is a no-brainer. If I can't get inches, I don't deserve to win. I'm coming downhill. I'm playing physical. I'm picking my play, whether it's quarterback sneak, fullback dive, whatever it is that we do great, and I'm going to get my inches.
In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll keep it on the sneak. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Tackle is made at the 30-yard line after he picked up 4.
This is so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Dropping back, it's Knight. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do a better job up front of protecting this guy, or it's going to be difficult to put up points.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but the sweet flowing catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first. Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
Got his man quickly. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Clemson will come to the line with the 1st and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Looks as if he's going to run it. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. How many chances can you afford to waste in the red zone? They've already been stopped twice. Can they come through this time? It's 3rd and goal. And the pass hits, picked off. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Just such a nice job by him understanding his responsibility in that cover 2 zone scheme. He's just floating over the middle of the field. He's just very aware of tight ends and running backs around him. And as soon as he sees color, as soon as he sees an intended target, he's already running that way. He's able to jump the throw and pick it off.
They'll give it to the back. Slams ahead for a yard out to the 33.
Brought down at the 33-yard line. 2nd down.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. It's complete. A huge pickup.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Exploded for a huge chunk of yards on that last one. They'll try to do it again here. 1st and 10 from the 33. The corners are walked up tight. The carry going off right tackle here. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
The offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. Snap it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. And it's right down the boulevard. And with that field goal, guys, we're all tied up in the early going. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Air Force is down, but they are not out of it. Not there in Colorado Springs, one of the more enjoyable places to watch a game in all of college football. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Kentucky. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And this defense has its work cut out to get this dude on the ground. He was shedding serious tackles on his way to picking up the first. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. This Tiger running game starting to show some juice, sort of a C.J. Spiller type of feel.
Yeah, and it doesn't always hit you early. It doesn't always hit you on the first possession, but I do think they've done a good job over the years, Clemson, with sticking with the run game, creating that balance, trying to get those first downs, and trying to create some tempo against your defense.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quickly complete. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chain. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Well, it's a simple play. QB's just looking for his big fella, the tight end, and he couldn't reel it in.
The incompletion brings us to 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, it's Knight. Release to the back. Complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a 1st down.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the 1st half. And the Tigers with the 1st and 10. He'll take it himself. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's just, it's so hard to defend.
From the gun, running back gets to give. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. Looking for a man. It's Knight. Got his man down the middle. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust. Just going to keep it after the snap. And he'll finish the run and the
end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground, take the lead going into the half, and take all the momentum. Nice execution in the drive by that offense.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with the score from the 4. Get that touchdown right before the half, build the momentum, and the last thing you need to do is mess it up by allowing a big kickoff return. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Give to the running back. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Wisconsin offense will come back on the field to jump around a bit. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if you're this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime and you riled yourselves up and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Moving away from pressure. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy. That's why the ball falls incomplete.
Feeling some heat. It's complete. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
He finds his man. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. The Badgers moving quickly to the line. Handoff from the gun. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31. Ball at the 31. Third and short coming. Defense trying to rise up. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
Throws for the tight end. He's got it. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. They'll throw it from the red zone. And this veteran quarterback just overshot his man that time.
Another incompletion, and I've said that a lot, and these teams are just struggling. I mean, the offense just doesn't know what to do. Nothing's working, ground game, throw game. It's kind of been a rock fight on both sides.
The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
And that was good defense again, and unfortunately we've been saying that all game long. Really, really good defense. Or, listen, you can spin on the other side. This offense has really been bad.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
Tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock them up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. These fans trying to be like a 12th man on defense and help them get a stop. Makes the grab. They will score! Touchdown, Wisconsin! On to attempt the try. And the extra point was made without incident, and we're tied up here in the 3rd. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive.
Number 11 set to kick off.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a 1st down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing, get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
He's got his man. Stopped at the 42, but he got 15 yards on the play.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
Catch in the middle. It's Jeffrey. And he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
You know, it's a nice throw by the QB there. When you're throwing to running backs, you got to make it easy on them. So you want to put it right on their body, make the catch simple, and let them go to work like they did just there, getting that 1st.
The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Past the sticks and still on his feet. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Yeah, and he runs a quick out route, and this is a timing route. The quarterback has to trust him, throw him the football. You can tell they've thrown this a time or two. Nice job, nice success.
Leaves it with the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Here comes 3rd and short from the 27. This defense trying to make them settle for a field goal. Dropping back, it's Knight. Using the quick game. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
They pick up the first down on the drag route, and good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping, put it out in front of me, I'm getting this first down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Dumps it to the back. Got it! Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will put them up here in the second half.
This is a running back who is versatile, and his catching ability really helps this offense out vertically down the field. And you saw it on that play on the wheel route. That wasn't just a screen or a swing. They got him faking going to the flat, turning up the sideline for a touchdown.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. One final play before the end of the quarter. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Clemson 17, Wisconsin 10.
First down to start the drive after the break. He's looking to throw it. Fires left. Pulls it in. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43. And the Badgers want to pick up the tempo.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the
Afterburners coming. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Badgers. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And that extra point was good, and we are deadlocked here in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. K-State has the lead right now. The Little Apple has been buzzing all week. This game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 10 over Old Dominion. We promise to keep you posted on what goes down in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Well, they're going RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Knight. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. The throw to the outside is complete. Tie game here late in the fourth. They want to control the ball, and they're not going to punt it away. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Still running at the 40. He's off to the races. Touchdown, Tigers. And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And, man, that play looked a little bit too easy. Fourth down, big situation. You got to get up on these receivers and make it difficult. He gets the football right away, gets all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point is good, and now in the fourth, they're up by a touchdown and an extra point. The kickoff team out there getting set. He's going to bring it out from deep. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. And Wisconsin has its offense back on the field. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. It's complete to the right. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Makes the grab. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39. On second down, he'll fire. Now he's going to glide away from pressure, trying to make magic with his feet. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down.
When you're trailing in the fourth quarter, it's so hard to get drives together because the clock starts to be your enemy. Really heads-up play by the quarterback. Getting the first down, get out of bounds, and stop the clock.
The Badgers are marching down the field. He's going to pass. He's got his man across the middle. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in those holes.
Oh, no, the ball popped out. This could change things. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Wants to fire on second down. Keeps looking downfield. And they took a shot on that one but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
You know, I feel for this offense, if they're going to get back in the game, I don't know if they're going to be able to do it with chunk plays. They're going to have to be methodical and generate some first downs and march down the field.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Quarterback will audible. The handoff, keep working on that clock. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. in control. The clock is their friend. You'd have to expect another run here on 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
Big third down for this defense. Listen, you've got to get the ball back. You know what they're doing. They're trying to run the football, but we need the clock to be on our side so our offense has some time. Got to make a stand right here on 3rd down.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. To the air, it's Knight. He's right on target. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one.
Well, this guy's been a go-to guy for this offense all game long. We've seen that, and here on a critical 3rd down late in the game with the lead, guess who shows up with another big one? That guy.
Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. This quarterback happy enough to take a knee and head to the locker room, but the defense still does have a couple of timeouts if they want to use them. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Now on 2nd down. Looks like the offense will just take a knee. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. A 3rd and long coming up here. And the quarterback takes the snap and kneels down.
And that's the best formation you practice every single week because you know the ball game is over. We just did enough to get it done. Just watch it tick down to 0 and enjoy the dub.
So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. It came down to the final quarter, clutch plays, guys delivered, and they get a close win.
Yeah, Reese, big-time players make big plays in big games, and that's what happened in this circumstance. As a coaching staff, David, you love this. You know that you have confidence in your guys to go out and be able to execute when it matters the most.
Correct, and you don't know until the games, right? You don't know when those moments present themselves. How are they going to handle it? Great job handling a close game, executing down the stretch like they needed to.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.